So I've been promising myself all week that I was going to do a proper review of the January 2018 Boxycharm. It's my last Boxycharm ever, and I'm still like really frustrated and heartbroken that I had to cancel it, but when you're a single income household, $20 is $20. And I gotta be the girl of the family or something. And please don't be a feminist and jump down my throat in the comments. I don't give a crap what you think of me for being a wife and a mother. I really don't. You know, things are just hard right now, and I can't help it if our entire savings account got wiped up by a hurricane and a busted car. You know, that's not my fault. Thank God we had a savings account when we needed a new roof and a new transmission, you know? And I really don't need a BoxyCharm subscription anyway. I really don't. I mean, I have a totally decent and acceptable amount of makeup. A lot of the stuff that BoxyCharm sends out is usually stuff I don't even like or use very much. I think I've only actually finished about 15, maybe 20 items from that box. And I've been a subscriber for almost exactly 3 years. So, yeah, that'll tell you something about that. Um, it just wasn't worth the money anymore. It was fun and it was exciting, and you know, subscription boxes, they're like this kind of continuous thing. You know, you get the theme or the spoilers for the month and you get all excited, and then you know, see the money come out of your account, so you know you're gonna get it this month, yay. And then you know you get your shipping notification, and then you know you get your actual like package in the mail, and you get to open the stuff and you get to play with it, and then you know you get to tell all your friends about all the cool stuff you got. And with BoxyCharm especially, I got such a kick out of bragging that I was getting over $100 worth of stuff for 21 bucks, and that was justifiable to me, you know, when I was building my collection, but it's not anymore. So that's why this is my last ever BoxyCharm box. The theme for this year was Rock 2018. I'll show you the card right quick. Turn it away from the light, let you get a good look at that. This is actually really cool. I think what I'm going to do in the end is cut off the giveaway information down at the bottom and use this in like a scrapbook, or you know, up on the wall behind my vanity or something like that. It's really a very cool looking card. A much more usable thing. So this month, the first item on the card is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer. That was this one. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on it real good. My lighting's kind of crazy. I got a new ring light and I'm still kind of learning how to work with it. So that's what that is. It's a primer, you know. Actually, I really do like this one a lot. I've been using the Smashbox, you know, the white silicone-y, what's it called, the photo I don't know, I finished it a couple of days ago, so I don't have the packaging right now. But I don't like it that much. I mean, I've been using it because I had one and it was open and I wanted to finish it. But I actually like this a lot more. And I have like 4 spares of the Smashbox, and I think I'm just gonna trash them or something. They're like the little, you keep getting them over and over and over again in like every subscription box ever, and you get them like twice a year and you never run out. So if you don't like them, you feel like you just kind of have to keep using them if you want to get your money. Well, I have to keep using them. It's just, how I am. But I think I'm going to toss them and try some of the other primers in my collection because I have like, including this one, I think I have 9 total, and 3 of them I think are Smashbox Deluxe samples. And I don't like them that much. I like this a lot better. It has a much smoother feel to it. It's got kind of a moisturizing effect. And it says Luminizer primer, so I was expecting to have to deal with some pretty hard glitter, but I really didn't. I mean, it had like some sheeniness and like a bit of shimmer to it, but it wasn't glittery. It was kind of nice. I wore it several different ways. I tried it with a couple of different foundations and I didn't notice any major issues. I tried it with a powder foundation and a liquid foundation. I also tried it like by itself with just like a setting powder on top, and I didn't go outside in the sunlight that particular day, but I didn't notice any issues like, in the bathroom mirror or anything like that. So, pretty excited that we got that. And I do have huge pores, and this actually did help kind of like minimize that, you know, pitted look that my skin can get under my foundation sometimes. So, I absolutely worth $38. And depending on how long it lasts, I would very seriously consider repurchasing this one if I could find a sale for it, because I'm not going to spend $38 on a primer. Are you kidding? The next item on the card was the It Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Eyebrow Pencil, which is, let's see, there we go. And it's a brow pencil. One end has a pencil with a fairly fine point on it. You can see, I mean, I've been using it for a week, so yes, it's got some use going on. Let's see if I can get it to go so you can see. It's kind of like flat almost, which makes it really, really good for like drawing lengthwise and like getting down into the tail. Is this truly universal? No, no, not at all. A blonde girl will definitely not be able to use this. And a very dark-haired brunette, she's not going to be able to use this either. Redhead, maybe. Maybe. But the whole concept of this is like, if you need a darker color, you just press harder or like keep repeating. And I honestly found that just like drawing over, and I don't use like a lot of brow product, just every once in a while if I want to like fill in or drag the tail out a little bit. And I found that even just like my regular medium pressure was almost too dark for me. But the actual color itself is almost perfect for me. So I don't really know how they think this is like universal. I'll even show you on my hand. Like, if I press very, very lightly, that's what I end up with. And if I press a little bit harder, that's what I end up with. I mean, it doesn't even, it just makes a thicker line. It doesn't make a lighter color. You know what I mean? I don't understand why they think a medium dark brown pencil is quote unquote universal, because it's not. Having said that, love the product. It's good. It's got a fine little spoolie on the other end, and of course I've been using it for a week, so it's got, little bits of my foundation in there. And I mean, it's a spoolie. That's what a spoolie looks like when it's been used. It's not the best thing or the worst thing I've ever tried. I definitely like it a lot better than the MAC brow pencil that we got a few months ago. Remember those dried out, crumbly old things that they tried to tell us was like the greatest thing ever? No, this is a lot better than that. But it's still not. With a $24 MSRP, I wouldn't call that holy grail. Honestly, before I started getting brow products like pencils in my Boxycharms, I would just use like a little bit of a dark eyeshadow with a sharp eyeshadow brush and just fill in where I needed to and run my regular spoolie through it. So that's what that is. The next item on the list is the Crown Pro Glam Metals palette. $25 retail value. This is what it is. Let me see if I can. There we go. And it's, you know, it's a palette. And, you know, whatever. I would have liked to have been able to do like a 100% accurate and effective review on this palette, but when I received the palette, the color up here, black metal, was totally smashed. And then this morning I was moving the palette from one corner of my vanity to the other, making space for something, and I dropped it and I broke heavy metal right here. And I haven't repressed it yet, which is why I'm like not trying to tilt it too much. Let me see if I can block the light. That's a little bit better. Yeah. Um yeah, it's a palette, glam metals, so you would expect all of the colors to be metallic, but they're not actually. This color black metal is a little bit more matte. And this color down here, the Wicked, has a little bit of glitter in it, but it's more of like, it's somewhere between a matte and a satin finish. So this palette, I have been wearing it for a week, and as you can see, it doesn't have any base shades. It really doesn't have any transition shades either, or highlight shades. Like, it's all just like crazy stuff. This would probably be a really good complementary palette to what was it called? This Soiree Diaries palette that Boxycharm sent out. Like, that palette and this palette would be amazing together. This one's got some cool tones to kind of balance that out. It's got some, you know, variety of metallic to go a little bit more, and then it's got like these little punches of color. The shadows are good. They're not the best ever, but they applied very nicely. They blended very well together. They got a little bit muddy on the days when I use them over, because my regular eye routine is like, I do an eyeshadow primer. I'm using the Urban Decay primer potion, the original formula right now, and then I'll go over it with like any just very light colored eyeshadow, and I'll do that from like lash to brow, and then I'll do my look over it, and then I'll, you know, highlight and whatever else I need to do. And on the days when I put something else underneath them, they got a little bit muddy. I'm wearing it right now, but of course I've been wearing it for 14, 7 is 12 and 10, 15. I've been wearing them 16-ish hours. So, you know, obviously there's some fading. And I'm really bummed that my lighting is not better. Let me see what happens if I messes my light a little bit. Hello. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to leave it dark for today. But you can see here I actually had the red colors, Wild Thing and the Wicked, up here, and they're just like totally gone. And the middle, that kind of goldish color, Rebel right there. Great, great color. I'm going to swatch it just for kicks because it's fantastic. But it comes off much more, let me see, orangey, coppery. It's great though because it's like it's really different from all of the other just like regular gold eyeshadows that I have. I will say that for this palette, I don't have anything quite like any of these colors. I just wish I could have done like a better review on it. I wish I had better lighting, especially for you guys to see the look that I actually did with it. I will say black metal, even after I had to repress it in order to use it, um, performs pretty nicely. I'm a little bummed that it's not actually black. It's like a deep stone gray color, but I used it to line my eyes today, just like foiled it with a brush. And I know I look a little bit crazy right now. I was watching Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and I bawled like a baby, the way I always do. But I mean, you know, it makes dark, sharp lines, and who's going to be looking this close to your face to know that you're wearing a really dark gray instead of an actual black eyeshadow. Pigmentation is good, blending is good, colors are unique and original. Oh, and the mirror is fun. I never got to show you that. It's a guitar-shaped mirror. Hi, how are you? Whoa. Okay, I was playing with the color effects on the camp back anyways. So yeah, I probably will actually repress heavy metal instead of getting rid of this palette like I originally thought I would. I thought, oh, a 9-pan metallic palette that has no base or transition colors, I'm definitely going to just toss it. But I'm actually really liking working with it, and the colors are unique enough that I can fit them into my collection for a while at least. And I mean, for the price of the Boxycharm, it's worth it to me to be able to keep it. The next thing that we got was Pure the Complexion Authority Bronze and Brighten Cheek Palette. MSRP $34. So I was actually trying to prepare to do this review. I intended to like take my hair down and freshen up a little bit, and I was gonna do swatches. I was gonna have the cheek products like here, and then I was gonna have the eyeshadows like here, and I was gonna rehearse with the camera and all this stuff, but babies cry. Babies cry. What are you gonna do? So I'm kind of unprepared as a general rule, but I did start with these swatches, so I can go ahead and show you. Let me see. This is, let me see, I can even, okay. So this is the palette. Turn it so you can see it. How's the lighting? Okay, so it's really pretty, simple, white. What's with Boxycharm sending us white packages this year? Have you noticed that? The Vintage Highlighter Duo, the Real Her blush palette, the Cover FX setting spray. My makeup collection is right there next to me, so I'm actually looking at all of this stuff as I call it out. The Soiree Diaries palette. I know there's like at least 2 or 3 other things. There was a lipstick that I absolutely hated that had a white cap on it. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's terrible. It may have also been a Real Her product, actually. I kind of remember that kind of ugly block lettering. I don't know. It's just, I noticed. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. So, anyways, here's the palette. Quite pretty. Sorry, let me cover that up. So, the colors are Mineral Glow, Afterglow, and then the crazy bright blush is called Blushing Glow. It's not Blushing Glow, it's freaking coral is what no, it's not coral. It's pink, but it's coral and it's weird. And that's what it looks like. But as you can see, and the camera is barely picking it up, but it does blend out very nicely. This is a finger swatch, and this is applied with the brush. Likewise, with the highlight, finger swatch with a brush, finger swatch, and with a brush. I, as a general rule, don't like to wear shimmery bronzers, but I do like to go whole ham with my blush and my highlighter because I'm a psycho like that. That's just my particular brand of crazy. Everybody has their own. And I really do enjoy. I didn't do as much of it today. You can see I've got, my highlighter is pretty hardcore today, but I tried to take it easy on the blush because I didn't know if we were going to be leaving the house or not. And quite frankly, a mom in a nursing tank with her hair up, a mess, with a 7-year-old and a newborn. Well, I mean, he's not a newborn anymore, he's an infant. But I mean, there's the limit and then there's pushing the limit, and I just didn't feel like pushing the limit today. But I really, really, really do enjoy this palette. I like the products. They blend out nicely, but they're very, very buildable, so you can do all kinds of crazy things with them. The bronzer worked for me unexpectedly well as long as I went super light-handed with it, which is pretty typical of bronzers for me. I'm not that dark anyway, and I really don't like bronzers all that much. So when I use them, I do try to go very gently with them. This particular bronzer was a little bit harder to blend than a lot of others are, but I mean, with that kind of psychotic pigmentation, you can't really be surprised that that was difficult. The highlighter is a beautiful neutral color on me. I totally understand why it's a best-selling color. Blushing Glow is going to be a miss for a lot of people. A lot of people are not going to want, excuse me, talking too fast and making myself sick. A lot of people are not going to want to go to the trouble of like blending and blending and blending and blending. Plus that is a shiny, shiny blush. Like let me show you. Just touching it, okay? Look at how insane that is. Like, that's crazy shiny. And I didn't have anything. I washed my hands before I came back. I mean, that's nuts. That's a bit much. But it'd be really cool, like, accent color for eyeshadow. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to enjoy this particular palette. I'm going to wear that blush. I'm going to wear it every day for a month, probably, before I get sick of it. And that's actually like a surprising thing for me to say because under normal circumstances, I don't wear shiny blushes. I like to stick with matte blushes so I can go psycho with the highlighter, deep blush, bright highlighter, whatever, you know. So that's that. The retail value on that is $34. I wouldn't pay that kind of money for something like this, but since I got it, I'm glad to have it. I'm happy to use it. And the last thing in the box was actually a throwaway item. The Grande Cosmetics Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper. MSRP $27. Now, I will say the before and after pictures that were on the packaging were really impressive, but two things. First of all, do I look like I need a damn lip plumper? No. And I don't overdraw my lips. Like, people accuse me of that a lot. I don't overdraw my lips when I do my lipstick. That's just what my fucking face looks like. I don't need a lip plumper. I'm not even going to try a lip plumper. I have this kind of vague suspicion that I would have an allergic reaction to a lip plumper if I ever tried one. Because I just like things that are like supposed to have like a tingling effect on the lips or whatever, just bother me horribly. So I wasn't interested in even trying that product. Number two, the color that I got is actually called Hot Fuchsia. Let me repeat that. The color I got was actually called Hot Fuchsia. Nope. Sorry. So that went straight into my discard pile. I didn't even open the package to swatch it. Somebody's going to be very excited to get a brand new lip plumping, hydrating, neon gloss thing. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, that was fun. That's all that rambling and my back and forth thing. That's the direct result of using these products for a week straight. I only intended to wear them for like 2 or 3 days. I got my box on Saturday. So I really only intended to wear this stuff for a couple of days, and I was going to film on Tuesday my review, but babies do what babies do, and it's been kind of a rough week. If you're interested in hearing about that, you can keep your eyes open for my coffee and contemplation video. I'm going to start a new series with that, and I'll try to remember to link it down below so that anybody who's watching this after I start that can have an opportunity to see what that's all about. But it's been kind of crazy around here. So this video that I meant to prepare for and film, edit, and post 2 or 3 days ago is going to go up exactly like this, raw and unedited, because I just don't have that kind of energy. I promised myself that I was going to review this box because it's my last Boxycharm box ever. And yeah, so there's that. On a totally, well, no, not totally unrelated, it's a somewhat unrelated note, my reason for canceling my Boxycharm is that I have my makeup collection pretty much where I want it to be. I'm in a place where I don't really need to be gathering and trying all the new things. It's been 3 years. I started wearing makeup a little less than 3 years ago, and I feel like I'm kind of where I want to be as far as having a variety of things to try. I've got a great collection. I've got lots of options with all of my stuff. In fact, I have a few too many options. If you want to watch my rolling Project Pan 2018 video thing, I go a little bit into just the feelings of overwhelm that I experience sometimes when I'm trying to do my makeup and like pick new colors and stuff like that. I just I'm at a place where I don't need to be receiving all kinds of new stuff every month. And as much as I enjoy the buzz and don't let anybody tell you otherwise, subscription boxes are a buzz, but not a buzz that I can afford. I mean, I just have to consider to myself, is it really worth it? Even if it's only $20 a month, is it really worth it to bring 4, 5, or 6 new items into my collection every month and try to figure out where they belong, what I need to get rid of to make space for them, or end up tossing them all? You know, it's not worth it anymore. And that really sucks. But what do you do? I'm also really, really, really frustrated with Boxycharm because I did receive a damaged palette in my last box ever, but I had already canceled before I received it. So even if I was gonna like take pictures and complain to customer service, The only thing they would do is reward me with some charms that I can't even use because I no longer have an active subscription. And oh yeah, by the way, there's never anything in the charm shop anyway. I still have thousands of points from the last 2 or 3 items I've had to complain about. You know, plus referrals and stuff like that, which I no longer have a referral code anyway, so what difference does it make? But okay, well, I'm rambling at this point. I apologize. I'll do better next time.